So let's jump into it. This past weekend was AEW Revolution. The show just ended about 10 minutes before we went on air. But let's talk about it. I think we still have Big Mike.
I'm here.
Somewhere.
You're just gonna stare at the roof of my car.
That's fine.
Looks nice.
It's beautiful this time of year.
It's a beautiful car.
But so there was. I don't want to go down every match because we only have a couple hours here. Is there
I
anything?
just finished watching all of them. I'm tired.
Is there anything from the pre-show, the buy-in that you want to touch on at all?
Can I start?
Sure, absolutely. You were there, so
Chris
Uh-oh.
Statlander and Layla Hirsch had a match that was better than either one of them deserved to have.
Well, they were trying real hard, Big Mike.
I think Big Mike's road internet is as bad as Mark's home internet.
Well, we all can't have CenturyLink internet.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing really of consequence on the pre-show.
What were the matches?
It was Layla Hirsch and Chris Statlander.
Right.
Hook versus QT Marshall.
Right.
And the House of Black defeating Pac,
Can
Penta,
you hear me now or
and-
no?
Yeah, kind of. You're there.
The House of Black match was fine.
Yeah, that match is fine. I don't get the hype for Eric Redbeard, but that's just me, I guess.
He was over.
He was over AF, as the kids would say.
You know, those WWE talents seem to get themselves over in that other wrestling company that isn't going to use released and fired WWE talent.
That's true. I mean, gotta find work somewhere.
Sure.
Why don't let's get into the main show. Anybody want to touch on Kingston Jericho?
It was
Good
good.
match.
Good match.
Match of the night,
This is your match of the night?
100%.
It was an okay
Yeah.
match.
I thought it was a very good match. It wasn't my match of the night, but I really enjoyed it. And the finish was what it should have been.
For sure. That's what makes it for me like the match of the night is that the finish was great. Like it was really good to see King actually win the quote unquote big one. And while we didn't get the handshake as promised, it means more that there wasn't a handshake then because of a more important handshake later.
Yes.
Do you not feel a little cheapened that the big one was the opening match of a pay-per-view against 88-year-old Chris Jericho? Like, I get he couldn't win a big one, meaning he hasn't won like a big match on a pay-per-view, so he finally gets that. That's a big enough payoff.
I mean, Jericho's in the best shape of his career.
That's fair. Jericho
At
does
least
look
in the
phenomenal
yeah,
right
I
now.
mean, at least in
He
his
looks
AEW
great.
yoga. I don't know what he's doing.
And I don't want to make this like a ad or a plug for like my other show, but Chris Jericho is the most recognizable name still on the AEW roster that all wrestling fans know. Maybe Sting, but Sting doesn't wrestle all the time.
Stang.
Jericho is the most relevant wrestler on that roster. So even if it's not necessarily like the big one, like a world title, to me, beating Chris Jericho on pay-per-view means more to Eddie Kingston than if he would have beaten Hangman Page for the title. Because everyone, like anyone, you can ask anyone, they probably know who Chris Jericho is. If they don't know him from wrestling, they know him from his great musical group Fozzy.
Got that out with a straight face.
I tried.
You disrespectful, stupid idiot.
How many Fozzy fans do you think there are that are not wrestling fans? The answer is 0, right?
They're
Are
all
we
in
talking
Germany.
Fozzy or Fozzy Bear?
I was gonna say there's probably a decent amount, to be honest.
In
Fuzzy
the
fans.
U.S. probably not as many, but I would probably in Europe. Like,
Oh,
I
so he's
feel-
like Hasselhoff over in really?
probably.
Fozzy
Probably
Bear?
not to that degree,
Oh
but
yeah, nobody's to that degree in Germany.
he's
Do you
not
think
breaking
that-
down the wall or anything.
Are the Fozzy fans surprised when they realize that the lead singer is a professional wrestler?
They might
Well, they were surprised
I
because it
ever
was
meet one,
originally a
I'll
guy
ask.
named Mongoose McQueen, but when Mongoose retired, Jericho stepped in.
be.
Somebody had to do it.
Somebody had to.
felt.
I mean, it's
Mongoose.
probably to the same extent like how many people are fans of The Rock that aren't wrestling fans, or John Cena that aren't wrestling fans.
Have you
That's
seen the
true.
movie Blockers? Everybody.
John Cena
you
is the
sure
better
about that?
actor.
Yeah, and I think Kingston. How many is that?
57,000.
87,000. That's pretty
87,000.
good. I do.
I love the pictures over there.
I love the thumbnails of fucking every 60-year-old man's Facebook profile photos over there, just hanging out on the right hand side. I do think
Now, is that
Kingston-
top picture there? Is that top picture? Is that from a concert or from January 6th? I can't tell.
Oh.
It was a concert on January 6th.
Is that what? Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't a stage at the Capitol.
concert. That's what we're gonna call it. Concert.
They were having a concert on
Premium
the lawn.
live event.
It's borderline incredible that this picture here of Chris Jericho and this picture here of Chris Jericho are the same
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, it's
I mean, months apart.
He's hitting
No,
the
I'm
Tony
pretty
Khan
sure-
cocaine drug plan.
Hold on. This picture of Chris Jericho was from, that's a video from March 6th. And this is a video from March 5th. Angles.
yeah, angles.
Benjamin buttoning us.
He did Benjamin
So
Button.
like he definitely had an eye lift though, right? Like
I
he
just,
drug.
I just think
definitely-
he's, I think
I know he's lost dramatic amounts of weight.
I think he drove by the candy pharmacy.
Like, I mean, is he just doing bumps with Tony at not gorilla position? Like,
I
Yes.
just think I think he's on his bicycle, and
Yeah.
he's very into cycling nowadays. And
I
that's
think
all
Kingston winning by submission is bigger than a pin too, right?
That was
Like
big.
like the submission finish, I think made it better than a pinfall or Eddie.
Eddie.
I think so.
This match was really good live. The crowd really was into this match the whole time. Not my match of the night, but yeah, definitely one of the top 3 matches.
Yeah, I'd put it near the top. I would put it near the top.
That
The 3-way tag, Jurassic Express defeating Red Dragon and the Young Bucks to retain the titles. I was a little bit surprised, I think, that they retained. I thought the tag titles were going to be on the move. Thoughts on this one? Anybody?
It was good.
I thought it was a fun match.
Yeah, it was. He was good.
Everything I
Fun.
expected with those 3 teams.
Yeah.
Just wait till the Hardy Boys are in there next time.
Oh my goodness. I cannot wait.
So Devin says he's glad Chris Jericho's starting to look better. He was getting worried.
Yeah, Devin, when are you going to start?
Oh my god!
Wow,
Jeez.
Mercy.
Ryan,
What?
Did you hear that joke, Dakota? You didn't hear that joke?
that was me.
Ask her if she thought it was funny.
Dakota, was it funny?
It was very hurtful. Even she's sticking up for Devin.
Unbelievable. Well, she doesn't know him like we know him.
My
That's probably a good thing.
But Lee, yeah, we're doing good, man. Glad to see you checking in on the show. Yeah, I mean, this was as advertised. I think, like I said, I was a little bit surprised in the victory by the Jurassic Express, but I'm not upset to see them win and retain. But was, like I said, was a little surprised. Face of the
Devin fired
Revolution.
back at you, Smokey.
What's
The
Devin
tag
said
match was
some
my
hurtful
match of the
things.
night, by the way.
I think it was mine. I'm pretty sure it was mine.
It's hard to remember way back to the beginning of this pay-per-view.
And to the beginning of it was on Sunday, and it was a long pay-per-view, so
Mhm.
it's very hard to remember. Wardlow defeated Christian Cage, Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Ricky Skaggs in the Face of the Revolution ladder match to win the Golden Hemorrhoid Donut for a future AEW TNT title match. I thought for sure this was Keith Lee's to win. I thought the way that they got him out of the match was good and made sense. Not upset Wardlow won. I like what they're doing with him. The way they continued that development last night on Dynamite. Any thoughts on this one?
Jim, did you intentionally call him Ricky Skaggs, or was that?
Yes, I did. Just for you, Mark. Just for you.
That really tickled me. I was tickled.
I thought
Thank you, Jim.
this match had the spots that we were looking for, some new ones that you see in a ladder match. So I think it delivered.
What, like Ricky Skaggs almost dying?
Yep.
Well, someone has to.
Orange
Getting
Cassidy
stacked up.
actually dying.
Orange Cassidy actually dying. Orange Cassidy doing the pull up on the ladder to almost get the ring.
Yes, that was a
solid
really
spot.
awesome spot.
That was a
live.
cool spot. Never saw it.
Yeah, that was wild. Smokey used to
Would
do
you
that
say
in
you
gym
never
class.
saw it coming?
I didn't. I did not see that coming. Absolutely not.
I did
I
not.
think that should have been the tagline for the show. You never see it coming.
I feel like
I would have bought it.
I feel like that. I'm sure Vince found a way to trademark that.
I feel like it's
You'll never see
unnecessary.
it coming.
But yeah, I don't know. I was actually like a couple of spots were cool, but I thought this match was clunky. I don't know how
it's
it
a
came.
ladder match.
Yeah, but I mean, I maybe I expected more. I don't know, or expected a
I
little.
mean, there were a lot of big dudes in
I
that
think
ladder
the right
match
guy
as
won
well.
for the storyline that they're doing.
Yes, I
For
agree.
sure.
But yeah, I
do
don't know.
enjoy
Just
that the opening moments was the three big guys and Orange Cassidy thinking he was a hoss.
yeah, I mean that's fun. But overall, I don't know. And maybe it's just we've seen so many ladder matches, and and yes, Matt, I think it's a great point. There was a lot of bigger guys, Wardlow, Hobbs, Lee, and then Christian Cage. I mean, isn't the biggest guy, but he's also older and has a bad neck. So I think there was probably limitations there. And maybe we've just become so used to seeing just insane, like smooth, flawless ladder matches from many companies that maybe that's why this one just missed a bit for me. Any other thoughts on that match?
It'd be really fun when they
what's that?
when they pull the golden ring down. If a bunch of rings would fall out, like in Sonic the Hedgehog.
That would be good.
Now Wardlow gets to cash that ring in whenever he wants, correct?
Ooh.
No, it's
No.
next week. It's next week at St. Patrick's Day.
Already? Oh, we're
Already.
doing it that soon.
They
Unreal.
gotta get in
He
before
faces.
St. Patty's
He
Day.
faces. Spoiler alert! New champion, Scorpion Sky.
Are you serious?
I am
I think
serious.
he
Mark.
is.
I
Oh,
watched the
darn.
show. It's weird.
Is that right?
I had a lot
Huh.
of time to kill on that drive home.
I bet.
That's fair. That's fair.
See, Devin said he didn't like Wardlow winning at first. Then he thought it was just going to leave a storyline with him and MJF. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Jason says Cage outworked everyone.
That's what he says.
It's nice
I
to
don't-
see that the Warlord getting some exposure and the push after breaking off from the Barbarian.
Matt
That-
Cardona was not on the card.
Yeah, but Chelsea
You
Green
serious?
broke her wrist in this match, which is pretty impressive.
I mean,
Come on, Jim.
not surprising.
What happened?
Her bones are made of tinfoil, and you know it.
Apparently.
She needs some milk.
Such brittle bones.
I need some milk.
Some brittle bones.
All right. Jade Cargill
what's this?
successfully defends the TBS championship over Tay Conti. Not much to write home about this one. I mean,
It's fine.
Jade wins, should have won.
The HLA
couldn't
got
get
a
over
bigger
the-
pop in this match.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Turns me on.
Yeah, exactly.
It was nice. It's nice to see how much Jade has improved in the very short time she has started to work with Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
That bit strong. That match sucked.
There you go. I think that's the best way to describe that.
PMS.
Then we move on. CM Punk defeating MJF in the dog collar match, the longest match of the night, 26 minutes, 45 seconds.
My match of the night.
I thought it was moment of the night. I don't think it was match of the night.
All of it. Loved all of it.
I know Ryan was pretty excited. Ryan was pretty excited.
Still having trouble sitting down.
It's a good thing you were sitting down. It's a good thing Devin wasn't over at the house when that match came on. You would have needed new lamps in a window.
Like the folks do up in Buffalo, we would have just been breaking tables.
You'd be breaking tables.
Comedy trash
Yeah.
bag.
Bill's Mafia, what?
If he turned to the right, you'd have to duck Smokey.
Yeah. The entrance cool as hell. A great. I mean, even MJF having Punk's music start and then coming out, and then obviously Punk doing his AFI entrance. I think for me, if the match is 5, 6, 7 minutes shorter, it might, like, if you can kind of compact a little. I thought it dragged at points for me.
Jim had to get to bed.
I did.
It's hard to do a dog collar match justice. Like, it still says something that the best dog collar match of all time dates back to the early 80s with Roddy Piper and Greg Valentine.
Mhm.
Did anyone notice the gear of Punk and why it meant so much?
It was the gear he wore during the Raven dog collar match.
Yes.
The jacket, the shorts,
everything.
I mean, I knew the gear was from, like, back in the
I love
day.
that somebody tried to put on Twitter that I was like, that gear was from his time in Impact Wrestling or NWA, and I was like, buddy, that's the gear he wore whenever he took on Raven in the dog collar match. That was like Blood Feud of the Year in Ring of Honor. Like,
yeah.
No, let's give homage to the right thing.
My biggest problem with the dog collar match was the extra, like, violence. A dog collar match is already violent enough. The addition of thumbtacks, it felt like adding chocolate syrup to chocolate ice cream.
You're not supposed to do that?
That's not a bad thing, is it?
It's like,
have you been to Hershey, Pennsylvania?
I mean, that's
all chocolate everything.
Yeah, but it's just more of the same.
Tim, did you ever see the street lights in Hershey?
No, Mark, but you're gonna tell me.
Yeah, they look like Hershey Kisses.
Nice.
You know what happened? You know what happens when the light burns out in one of them?
Someone changes it.
Now it becomes dark chocolate.
I knew I should have not showed up now that he's here.
Now,
I'm so pissed that I laughed.
if I keep that up, they might put me in jail in Hershey. They put me behind chocolate bars.
Tim, I thought you wrote something in your contract.
I thought I did too. I decided to try to be a team player.
That fucking face.
I realized I need to Ben Simmons my way out of this one.
Brick by brick.
At least you didn't Chris Bowflex your way out of this one.
Oh boy.
No,
Oh my.
Who's Ben Simmons?
I don't have enough Bibles in my house.
Way out of line. Way out of line.
Oh,
Wow.
my. That's
Goodness.
hurtful.
Wow. It's getting hot in here. It's getting
So hot.
It's the season of Lent, for crying out loud.
I feel like the devil's gonna come back to this show.
I don't know
Real
who
quick.
that is. But yeah, that's just me.
Weird
it took
story.
away-
The
it took
devil
away from
sounds a
dog.
lot like you.
No, he
no,
doesn't.
God sounds a lot like him.
Oh, is it God?
Darn.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if God was one of us?
Yeah, yep. That's all I have to say about that. Go ahead.
You're a
Any,
stranger in the bus.
Anybody else thoughts on the Punk match?
Moment
the fact-
of the week was that CM Punk entrance. Absolutely.
So good.
All
Not
right.
much like got me out of that. I watched it with you, Jim. I don't think anything else really got me out of the sofa.
No.
But that was it. It was that the opening song, the opening beats to the AFI. Yeah, man, that was it. That was it. Good shit.
Smokey, when Big Jim dropped that slice of pepperoni on the ground in the living room, that got you out of the sofa. He said,
It did.
Mark, come on,
Good.
you know better. It wasn't pepperoni.
I'm a sausage guy.
He's a sausage guy.
All right.
He knocked Mrs. Big Jim over diving for that. Where's Smokey? Are you serious, Smokey? Yes, Mark.
I thought Mrs. Big Jim watched more wrestling, but she's like, nope, I'm done with this
She
AEW stuff real quick.
she doesn't stick around for the AEW wrestling.
Well,
I mean, when
Walter's
she
not
watches
always-
it with Jim every week and he just shits on it for 2 straight hours.
There's no Walter. There's no Walter on that show.
That's
Walter
right.
is not all elite
I'm sorry.
yet.
I'm sorry. Gunther.
Gunther.
There's a better, blacker version of Gunther. His name is Keith Lee.
Yeah,
I mean-
but I mean, I don't know. I can't explain it, man. Can't explain it. All right,
Swerve.
Dr. Baker, DMD defends the new AEW Women's World Championship.
That's some
defeating-
sharp gear, man. I like that
Thunder
gear.
I like that.
Gear sharp, the bell's pretty sharp too.
that belt is awesome. Why they didn't do that from the beginning, I'm not quite sure. But definitely a huge upgrade from the previous 2 AEW.
I mean, you're
Women's
upgrading
World.
from
Nice
dog
job.
shit, so I think anything's better than dog shit.
I mean, you're not wrong,
fair.
Mike. You're
That
not
nice
wrong.
looking belt.
Good match. I don't know that it lived up to the lights out blood feud that they did their first time out. But this feud is very weird booking. You do the lights out blood feud, then you do a singles match. Now we go to a steel cage next week. So all over the place with that one. Like I said, good match though. I think as we're seeing develop, Thunder Rosa's time will probably come in the steel cage.
The Thunder will roll. Her.
Thunder or Thunder? I don't know if we figured this out last week.
Thunder Rosa. It reminds me of Ponderosa, the steakhouse.
Jesus.
The really good salad bar.
Christ.
You
Mark,
should get
you
those
do love
ham
a good
cubes
salad
there.
bar.
Oh, he would get the ham cubes there,
Her.
and then some bacon bits, and then like eggs, and you call it the cholesterol special.
Instead of the what chance when Mark starts talking about shitty
Her.
salad bar ingredients, we just hit him with a her.
Her.
You got ham cubes,
Some ham cubes.
Her.
black olives.
Her. Shredded carrots. Her.
What's the
Bacon
dressing
bits.
that Ryan likes?
Sweet and tangy.
Her. It was a double her. Her. like when you go to court, don't they say here, here? Her.
So stupid.
You get the spinach. Her. Iceberg lettuce. Her. Imitation bacon bits. Her. Real bacon bits. Her.
There's really no
bacon
need
bits.
for the iceberg lettuce if you already have the spinach, Mark. You're just going overboard.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
you know what? You don't need that iceberg lettuce.
Burr.
It wasn't looking too good
It's
anyway.
crunchy water.
Iceberg lettuce is just a loser vegetable to begin with.
Yeah, you know, speaking of,
Water. That's all it
if
is.
you want to talk about winning vegetables, we could talk about Hodecker celery.
Another
Burr.
loser vegetable.
Oh!
I
Oh.
said what Tim was thinking.
Yeah, Tim was thinking. He's upset.
John Moxley defeating Bryan Danielson by pinfall, 21 minutes and 5 seconds.
Good.
Real good. Real good.
Real good.
Really good match.
I think the post match probably overshadowed and probably rightly so the match itself, with William Regal making his AEW debut, and then last night the moment with him and Tony Schiavone. Yes, Tim.
Can I get the breaking news sounder really quick?
Uh-oh.
What in the hell is this?
That's a tweet from the Charlie Thrower.
From the county of Union, New Jersey. It reads, take only photos, leave only footprints, kill only Tim. Please stay on the trails. You know what, Union, New Jersey?
Oh, stay away from there.
Only way that it could be worse than being in New Jersey is being in Union, New Jersey.
Wow.
Oh.
The county of
My
Union.
grandmother's from Union, New Jersey.
Yeah, well, I hope she passed away so she doesn't have to live in Union,
There
New
we go.
Jersey anymore.
Woo.
And I'm sorry if that upsets you.
I'm not.
Are you
upset.
serious, Tim? I'll be darned. Are you serious? He is serious,
I can't
Mark.
tell which. There were two back to back.
I know.
And one was live.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Let's go get him. Are you serious? Yes, I am serious, Mark. Are you serious? I am serious, Mark. Tim's talking trash about Grandma. Grandma! Get the lawyer.
You gotta hit your battle cry, Mark.
Grandma!
Now, Devin, we know that's not true. There were no misspellings.
Oh,
Wow.
ouch. That's hurtful. Forever apart.
That hurts.
It hurt.
Oh man.
Cold-blooded.
Man,
Poor Devin. He should have stopped listening.
Yeah, all right, Ryan.
I think you
Look, he's upset.
I think you broke Ryan.
That's a shame.
No,
That's right.
this is now 2 weeks where Ryan's almost died on the show.
You all right, Ryan? You gonna be
Look,
okay?
he's crying. He's
We got
upset.
spell check 1 week after Dale Earnhardt. Yeah, we're
Oh my God.
Gosh, he's crying real tears.
You gonna be all right, buddy? Can you
I'll
breathe?
be real good. I'm good. I can breathe.
Think about the ham
back.
steak at the diner.
Did you? There was a subtle moment though in the Moxley Bryan Daniel Bryan
Fucking hell.
Danielson match where they paid tribute.
Oh, I'm the big camera. Oh, son of a bitch.
There you go.
Even they're crying. Look at him.
They
Wipe away those tears.
I am too.
they paid tribute to the Red Scorpion up in the corner.
He raked my back.
He actually really did. He really did.
Yes,
Though.
it did.
But no, he
He
literally.
literally raked it.
He literally raked it.
Literally ranked it.
That certainly leaves something to be desired.
Did a good match. Devin thought it was a slobber knocker of a match.
Brr.
the finish live felt really like out of nowhere. Everybody in the crowd was kind of like,
Yeah. Well, and even on TV, I don't know, Mike, if you've had the chance to watch back, but I don't.
When would he have the time? It just ended.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know if he can watch and drive. You know.
I mean, I'm talented. I would probably have killed 35 people and then had to pull my best Chris Bowflex impersonation and not go to jail. So
falling asleep at the wheel.
That's all right. You live in Atlanta.
No,
They don't have laws, Mike.
Tony left us a good package to get home safe.
Oh, that's right.
It had some powder in it and some pills, and we felt really good 99% of that drive home.
They had a booger sugar label on it, right?
It said insert into both nasal passages
and breathe deep.
And breathe hard.
Breathe real deep.
Big Jim, I think the label that was used on it was actually white girl. And that's it.
Oh, you can't say that on
baking
soda. That's crazy.
Baking soda. I got baking soda.
And then we
You
had
live in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That stuff's legal down there.
Everything's legal.
Everything's legal.
Illegal? Florida is like the Wild West at this point. Like I don't know if anything's illegal besides being female. In Florida.
You can say the word gay though, right? Like gay's okay.
Like happy.
Yeah, I'll say I don't think the legislation is cleared yet on that one. Soon you won't be able to. Soon you won't be able to.
Oh.
Get it while you can. Get it in while you can.
Way to just make me use a bunch of other syllables and say homosexual.
There you go. And that's so many syllables most of the people in Florida won't even understand.
Speak slowly for me.
Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting defeating
Run that back.
Sammy Guevara and Sting.
I gave him the opportunity to say it right again.
I intentionally said it wrong again.
I didn't know you were intentionally doing it.
Took on the AHFO and beat them by pinfall. This match was fucking crazy.
Awful.
It was just a spot fest. God bless Sting, and I think that's all I can really say about that one. That man is crazy.
He's a senior citizen.
Did you see the post on Twitter going around of Natural Born Killers being played in the background as Sting's jumping off and going through the tables?
But Big Mikey made your pay-per-view debut, I believe, on that run, right?
Heard that.
I made my AEW PPV debut in that match.
Big Mac is all elite.
I am. Where's my billboard, Tony?
I'll work on it.
Yes, perfect. Yeah,
it was funny because I saw them. The bottom of the entranceway was kind of open at the end of our row, so I thought Moxley was going to come down through us because it was a straight shot right to the ring when we first got there. So I was like, oh, okay, so maybe they're going to do something. And then all of a sudden, I saw this little area where you'd see the college team run out for the pregame warm-ups. So I'm like, all right, Moxley's probably coming out of there, so we're probably not getting anything, but maybe we'll catch a side camera angle or something. So it was cool. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there and I see them rope off that bottom, and I'm like, all right, well, this match is obviously going into the crowd now. And then, of course, it was the tornado tag match. So then I was, all right, we're getting there. And next thing I see, 85-year-old Sting somehow have more agility than half of this show. And Matt Hardy fucking walking by me, and I'm
That's
like, wow,
horse
okay,
shit.
cool.
I can climb a couple steps and fall.
I
could
do
do that
twice a
But
week.
can you get back up after you go Bill's Mafia?
Maybe. Did Sting hop right back up?
I mean, it probably took him 23 minutes to get his hip back into place.
Oh, they did in that little entryway. They just put him on a cart and wheeled him to the back.
Hold on.
Poor Sting.
Poor Sting.
Sting
How
made
about
it
the
on
Butcher?
what happened to him? He really
guy's terrifyingly ripped.
Maybe him and Jericho went to the same gym.
Maybe.
Good on him.
Did somebody post the picture of Big Mike? You did on your Twitter?
I did on my Facebook.
On your Facebook. Okay.
On the Facebooks.
The FC.
And
My
then
phone's dead, or I would. My phone's dead, or I would send it to you. So sorry. That long drive, my phone died.
it happens. Happens to the best of us. And then the final match tonight, Hangman Adam Page defeating Adam Cole to retain the AEW World title. 25 minutes 45 seconds. Thoughts on this one? Close out the show.
I'm happy
I
that
thought
Hangman won.
I thought the crowd was exhausted, and there were moments where it was so quiet. I felt, or at least it came across that way on television, that it was almost like, boy, this crowd just doesn't give a shit and wants to go home. So I don't know what the buzz and feel was live, but it didn't come across well about halfway through the match, where they're like really hitting their stride, that the crowd just is gassed.
It wasn't okay. It wasn't like screaming loud. There were moments in that match where you could tell that people were gassed from a 19-hour show. It's why WrestleMania is now 2 nights. Weird, right? So it definitely, you could tell at the end that people were getting gassed, but there were definitely spots in that match where it was loud. I enjoyed the fact that every person in that building decided to troll Tony Khan, because Tony Khan wanted to be trolled by this main event, by chanting, "Let's go, Adam. Adam sucks." As well as chanting, "Fuck you, Adam."
Nice.
Basically, any chant that you could go with, where it was like, "Let's go, Hangman. Let's go, Cole," or it was always, "Let's go, Adam." It was just Adam. Nobody knew who anyone was rooting for. I just enjoyed the fact that it turned into a monster troll factory. Then the guy 3 rows above us proceeded to, and I, dead silent, getting ready to hit a spot. You just hear, "Twist his dick."
Was Devin there
This
with
is
you?
Wendy's.
He said it, and our entire section just started applauding because it was the out of left field moment of the night. He was just like, "Twist his dick."
The old twist his dick.
That video will never get old. I find that video hilarious.
No,
The old dick twist.
So I'm still having a hard time trying to find the photo that I'm looking for.
Hold on.
Devin,
what
have
are-
you? Never mind.
The crowd is starting to turn on Hangman. Do you guys agree with
The
Devin?
crowd turned on the match, not Hangman.
I think that's
They
accurate.
turned on Adam is what happened, I think.
I think that's
Exactly.
what he was saying, guys. Come on.
Well, I have to take him at what he says and not what he's met.
Kind of like our listeners turning on us. I get it. It just gets old after a
It
while.
happens.
I don't blame him. I turn on myself too.
I mean, we've been around for 8 years, so like half that pay-per-view. Do you guys want to give a grade for the show before we wrap up the review?
This was a average AEW pay-per-view. There's nothing outside of that CM Punk moment that's standing out that it was like, wow. I'll give it a C+.
Okay, Matt?
I'll give it a B. I think
So
all the a B plus. I think all the matches were good enough. I think there was only like 1 or 2 matches that really drug for me. I did tell you guys in the chat that the commentary was just absolutely brutal, and that really detracted from me. And
Maybe that means I'll hate the show more.
Probably. It's not great. So that was kind of what took away from me more so than any of the actual wrestling that they did in the event.
I mean, I text Jim right after the show, and I was just like, it was a good show. I enjoyed it. I'd probably give it a B+ because I didn't have to listen to anybody on commentary. And Jim's immediate response was basically, didn't play out that well on television. And I think probably the commentary played a significant role in that. I'll also say that I was not in the seating area during the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker match, so can't really comment too much on that match. And I also got up during one of the other matches. I don't remember exactly which one, because the lines there for food were absolutely ridiculous. And there was no Wi-Fi in the building, and basically there was no cell service in the seating area So
Oh, that's
I
good.
I tried to text Ernest a couple times, like during the show, and I just kept getting the can't send, send his text message, send his text. Next, I come out of the building, and I looked down at my phone. You have like 47 text messages. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, intern Mark, your thoughts? You're great on the show.
Well, you know what? It wasn't so bad, but I'd probably give it a B. It was B. It was an average AEW show. It was good, but
If they
yeah.
made that show 2 nights, it'd have been an A plus because we would have had energy,
Oh,
kind of like a 2-night WrestleMania.
it would have been absolutely.
It's a B plus for me. I didn't find it that bad. I also wasn't really listening to commentary, so
That probably helped.
B plus.
Markman.
If you're not opening 27 things of furniture.
I'll go
Stop
B
talking about
minus. I mean, it was above average, but there was, there was nothing tremendous about it. So it was good. It was good. It was a good Sunday night watching wrestling, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think I'm like, are we at the point where we have to stop criticizing them for the length just because they only do 4 of these a year? Like, I get it.
No, I think this is more. I think this is more of a call for them to go to 6 times a year and spread out those matches a little bit more, because at the end of the day, we're getting to a spot where unless you're going to do more like Clash of the Champion shows,
right? Yeah, either have more pay-per-views or have more TV specials.
I just feel like we'll never find the common ground, because I mean, we all bitched about having 2 pay-per-views a month when we were getting brand specific ones and watching 14
I don't know if
a
it's
year.
common ground. I think we've had enough AEW pay-per-views that we can compare them to AEW pay-per-views and expect them to be long. And I don't know. I don't feel like this one was a great AEW pay-per-view. So I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to justify my C plus, but I feel like it was slightly above average. Like, this is an above average AEW pay-per-view. I don't think they're going to be stinkers. I haven't seen a bad AEW pay-per-view yet. But I'm not comparing these to a 2-hour and 45-minute WWE special live event or whatever the fuck they call them.
Premium.
Like, I'm comparing these 2 other AEW shows in my mind now.
Okay, so it's not necessarily length; it was just overall quality of the show for you.
I mean, I thought the Britt Baker Thunder Rosa match was better. Lights out.
And I mean,
there were other things that I don't know, and the commentary wasn't great. It really wasn't.
It was awful.
It was very forced.
And I mean, here's the thing: if I'm spending $50 or splitting $50,
there we go.
I'm going to look at it differently versus a show that I literally pay nothing for. Like, that's
I don't think that's fair, though.
What I mean,
I know you already judge AEW on a harsher curve, as
obviously. I mean, of course.
And so now we're throwing another wrench into that.
But I mean, there were no matches on this AEW card where Madcap Moss even wrestled.
Right? Thank you for saying
that should bump it up a letter grade.
I mean, I get it.
Give it an A+.
I wasn't going to say
the women wrestlers. None of them were superheroes in training.
Thank you. Whew. Glad that you got that off my chest. I appreciate that.
Also, none of them were the Miz.
No, that's true. He always wins. No, but I mean, if you're gonna give us, if like, I don't even, because I can justify the same way that I justify WrestleMania or SummerSlam or whatever. If you're gonna give us a long show, like make it great. Like, if you're only have 4 pay-per-views a year, make them great. And this one I just didn't think was great. I thought there was misses.
So live, I think after the pre-show, the first hour of the actual show was so much better live that it really tapped the crowd. The tag title match was really, really good. Kingston Jericho was really, really good. I think you zapped a lot of energy by the placement of where you had some of these matches.
It's a big thing too.
I mean, if you put that tag match as the opening match, and then you go to Tay Conti versus Jade Cargill, and you kind of give the crowd the opportunity to come back from oh shit to then you go to the dog collar match and you maybe give us Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. Then that last 2 hours, you're in a high speed chase to get to the end. You kind of pace it a little bit better. It may have been where you get to Adam versus Adam and the crowd is live from first bell to closing bell. And I'll tell you this much. I drove up Saturday, slept, picked Joe up from the bus station because he took the bus up Sunday morning because he had to work Saturday night. Joe is a habitual fall asleep at shows guy. I have to punch him in the arm at least 3 times because he missed something. He only fell asleep once for 30 seconds. And the only reason why he woke up is because he dropped his phone and there was a really loud bang on the riser. So I have to give Joe credit. He didn't fall asleep. So I think that has to go up at least a notch on the grade level because Joe didn't fall asleep. But I think the way the matches were placed, I think definitely dragged the energy out of the crowd.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna put that on Tony Khan. Is that something that Tony can learn just by doing? Like and surrounding himself with people like a William Regal that's like, hey, this you need to calm the crowd and bring them down, yes, but you need to bring them right back up at the appropriate spots. And maybe you don't need 13 matches, and maybe the Hardy match will do fine on Dynamite because that felt like a Dynamite match for me. That's a Dynamite main event right there.
That match also,
but that's also your buffer bathroom match.
Correct.
I get that. I get that.
Careful, Ryan. You're talking about the 2-time Booker and Promoter of the Year.
I understand that. I mean, shame on me.
I mean, when your first 3 matches, the first hour are Kingston Jericho, which the crowd was hot for, the 3-way tag match, and then the ladder match. I mean, you literally just car crashed the first hour of your show to now the last hour of your show is now going to be like, wow, we really just ran a marathon. You want us to run another one?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot. It's a lot, and yeah, I think pacing and booking. It's.
I mean, if you do another Battle of the Belts, that tag match while having the tag titles on the pay-per-view is a great thing. That's a killer main event for a Battle of the Belts.
Absolutely.
There's matches that could have, and maybe this is the testament of having 6 pay-per-views because, maybe you start the feud with my kid just went full crazy. Maybe you start the feud with the Red Dragon and the Bucks and Jurassic Express, and that's a co-main event of the show in May.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they add anything or change anything.